dawn brings with it a new chance, a moment of renewal and hope. The light that breaks on the horizon is an invitation to seek a deeper connection with the divine. In this instant, prayer becomes a powerful tool, capable of strengthening us spiritually and protecting us from the adversities that may arise throughout the day. In the Bible, we find several passages that speak about the importance of prayer and the strength it can provide us. In Philippians 4:6-7, we are reminded, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This message emphasizes that when we hand over our worries to God, we find not only protection but also an inner strength that empowers us to face any challenge. Imagine starting the day with a prayer that not only asks for external blessings but also seeks an inner alignment with the Spirit. By invoking divine protection, we are not just shielding ourselves from physical dangers. We are asking for a transformation in our essence, a renewal that allows us to reflect the qualities that God desires in us. Love, joy, peace, and patience are fruits of the Spirit that can be cultivated when we truly connect with Him. Stories of faith are living examples of how prayer can bring spiritual strength. Think of David, who faced Goliath not only with a stone and a sling, but with a deep trust in God. His prayer before the battle demonstrated that he did not rely on his abilities, but on the divine protection that accompanied him. This trust gave David the courage necessary to defeat the giant, showing that true strength comes from an intimate relationship with God. Sometimes, the adversities of life present themselves unexpectedly. We may encounter challenges at work, personal conflicts, or even crises of faith. How we respond to these situations is what truly matters. The spiritual strength gained through prayer enables us to deal with difficulties with maturity and self-control. In James 1:2-4, we read, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." Here the message is clear. Trials are opportunities for growth, and prayer is the means by which we find the strength necessary to persevere. When we commit to seeking this personal transformation and living according to spiritual principles, our lives begin to reflect divine will. Every decision, every action becomes guided by the wisdom that comes from above. It is an invitation to live intentionally, allowing God's light to illuminate our paths. Divine protection is not limited to what surrounds us. It also envelops us in a mantle of peace that empowers us to act with love, even amidst difficulties. Morning prayer before any activity is an essential step to tune our spirit with God's intentions. By dedicating ourselves to this moment of connection, we create a space where we can receive the spiritual strength needed for the day. It is an act of surrender where we recognize that, on our own, we are limited, but with God, we are capable of anything. When we seek protection, we are not just asking for nothing bad to happen to us. We are crying out for a strength that allows us to face challenges with courage and faith. It is a recognition that true protection comes from within, from a heart that aligns with God's will. This does not mean that we will be exempt from struggles, but that, in the face of them, we will have the strength necessary not to lose heart. The powerful prayer we seek is not a magic formula, but a sincere dialogue with the Creator. It is the expression of our fears, longings, and gratitude. By opening our hearts, we allow God to enter and transform not only our circumstances, but also our inner selves. Dawn thus becomes a symbol of new opportunities, an invitation to renewal and spiritual strengthening. At this moment, when the light of day begins to emerge, stop and reflect. What do you wish to ask God today? How can you open yourself to receive this spiritual strength? The answer may lie in the simplicity of a sincere prayer that seeks more than protection, but a true alignment with the divine spirit. Let this quest for strength and protection guide your dawn and transform your day. The light of dawn brings with it the promise of a new day. It is an opportunity to renew strength, to seek something deeper than just the exterior. The powerful prayer that rises at the beginning of the day is not just a request for protection. It is a cry for inner transformation. When you attune yourself to God, you ask Him to shape your heart, to grant you the ability to reflect love, joy, peace, and patience in all situations. Imagine waking up and looking out the window, feeling God's presence around you. The light that enters is not just light. It is a reminder that spiritual strength is available. And how can you access this strength? The answer may lie in a simple dialogue with the Creator, a sincere conversation where you express your anxieties, your hopes, and, above all, your desire to be guided by divine hands. In difficult moments, when the day seems heavy, true protection is not in avoiding adversities, but in how you respond to them. The spiritual strength you seek may not necessarily change the circumstances, but it can change your perspective. A person who aligns with divine principles has a different outlook on challenges. They can see beyond the immediate problem and focus on how they can act with maturity and self-control. Consider the situation of someone facing criticism at work. The immediate reaction may be defensive, but someone seeking this spiritual strength may choose to listen, reflect, and learn. This type of response is shaped by divine wisdom. When you commit to seeking this transformation, every interaction becomes an opportunity to practice what is good and just. This is living in the light of dawn, where divine protection manifests in your choices. And do not forget, the commitment to personal transformation is daily. It is not enough to pray once and expect everything to change. Prayer should be a habit, a practice that renews itself with each dawn. When you dedicate yourself to this practice, you begin to notice subtle changes in your character. The small, daily decisions, such as being more patient in chaotic traffic or kinder to someone having a difficult day, are reflections of a heart that seeks spiritual strength. God does not just want you to have a peaceful day. He desires that you become an agent of change, someone who radiates light and security. Divine protection becomes a shield when you live in harmony with the values from above. This does not mean that there will be challenges, but you will be better prepared to face them. Prayer is a channel that connects you to this protection. It establishes a bridge between who you are and what God desires you to be. During dawn, as you recite your prayer, visualize yourself surrounded by this protection. Feel this strength infiltrating every aspect of your life. With each word, imagine that you are laying a brick in the construction of a stronger character. This character is an armor against the storms that may arise throughout the day. Spiritual strength will manifest in your way of acting and reacting, in your ability to stand firm in the face of adversities. When you commit to this transformation, your actions begin to reflect God's character. Kindness, compassion, and integrity become your trademarks. And this does not happen overnight. It is a process that requires dedication and, above all, humility. Recognizing that you need help and that, through prayer, you can connect with the divine is the first step on this journey. Think of a moment when you felt lost or helpless. How would it be if, instead of letting those feelings consume you, you sought spiritual strength? If you placed your trust in God, asking not only for protection, but also for wisdom to deal with each situation. This is the power of prayer. The ability to transform not only what is around you, but also what is within you. And this transformation is not a burden. It is an invitation to a fuller life. A life where you do not just survive, but thrive. The protection you seek is not just physical. It is emotional and spiritual. When you align yourself with God's will, each dawn becomes a new chance to renew your commitment to transformation. The prayer made at dawn is an act of surrender. It is a sacred moment where you open yourself to receive what God has to offer. By asking for spiritual strength, you are not only requesting something for yourself, but also committing to be an instrument of peace and love. This brings a power that surpasses human understanding, a force that can change not only your day, but the lives of those around you. Thus, as you conclude your prayer, carry with you this certainty: God's protection is always present. This spiritual strength is a good that you can access at any moment, but it is in daily practice that it becomes reality. By committing to this journey, you not only strengthen yourself, but also become a light for others, helping them in their own quests for strength and protection. May each dawn, therefore, be a renewed invitation to live according to divine will, always seeking more than protection, but transformation. The powerful prayer for spiritual strength and divine protection at dawn is not just a morning ritual. It is a practice that transforms and gives meaning to each day. When the sun begins to rise, bringing with it new opportunities, this is the perfect moment to align with the Spirit and open your heart to divine strength. It is not just about asking for protection against what is to come, but about requesting an internal change that radiates love, peace, and joy, shaping our character according to God's principles. Imagine waking up and, before even touching your phone or getting lost in the day's worries, dedicating a few minutes to prayer. Sit in a quiet place, take a deep breath, and connect with the divine essence. The prayer can be something simple. God, on this dawn, I ask that you strengthen me spiritually. May your protection surround me and guide me in the decisions I will make today. This act of surrender is not just a quest for blessings, but a call to transformation. When adversities arise, and they always do, the key is how we respond to them. Spiritual strength is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to face them with maturity. For example, if you receive criticism at work, instead of reacting with anger or discouragement, you can use that moment as an opportunity to reflect and grow. The prayer made at dawn can be a constant reminder that you have the inner strength necessary to deal with any situation. Instead of allowing yourself to be downcast, Seek discernment and wisdom in your words and actions. Another fundamental aspect is the commitment to transformation. Life is not static. We are always changing, and the choice to evolve spiritually must be intentional. When asking God for strength and protection, also commit to acting in accordance with that transformation. If someone wrongs you, instead of holding on to resentment, choose to forgive. This choice not only alleviates you, but also reflects God's goodness in your actions. By living this way, you not only strengthen yourself, but also become an example for those around you. Small daily steps are essential. Throughout the day, remember your morning prayer. When facing a challenge, pause and breathe. Remember that divine protection is with you. If you feel overwhelmed, seek moments of silence and reconnection. This can be as simple as taking a walk outdoors, appreciating the nature around you, and giving thanks for the strength that comes from God. The divine presence is not something distant. It manifests in small things, in gestures of kindness, in the words of encouragement you can offer to others. Finally, do not underestimate the power of sharing this journey. Sometimes, spiritual strength multiplies when we unite with others who seek the same. Organizing moments of group prayer, whether with friends, family, or in your community, can be a powerful way to strengthen not only yourself, but also those around you. When we pray together, divine protection becomes tangible, and everyone feels supported by collective faith. The prayer for spiritual strength and God's protection at dawn is a daily invitation to live with intention. It is a reminder that, regardless of what the day brings, you have within you the capacity to respond with love and maturity. Transformation begins when we decide that we will not be mere victims of circumstances, but agents of good in our lives and in the lives of others. At the end of the day, as you reflect on your experiences, consider how much your spiritual strength was tested and how you responded to it. Life is full of opportunities to grow and align with divine will. Each dawn is a new beginning, a call to live in harmony with the Spirit. May your powerful prayer for spiritual strength and divine protection at dawn be a real commitment, a practice that extends throughout all hours of the day. Make it an essential part of your routine and feel the difference it can make in your life.